Diamond MMA. This episode of the Grappler Union podcast is brought to you by Diamond MMA. Start protecting your boys with the best groin protection on the planet. Black belts such as Gary Tonin, Eddie Cummings, and Joe Rogan all trust their family jewels with Diamond MMA. Enter the code Grappler Union at checkout and save 15% off all your Diamond products. Go to diamondmma.com today. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Grappler Union Podcast. Paul Maloney alongside Anthony Zito. On this episode, we have Brick Welch in studio. Brick is a first-degree black belt, and he's the head instructor at Team Redzovic The Loop. Enjoy.
It ain't the 6 minutes. It's what happens in that 6 minutes.
You told me using any technique that works. Never to limit myself to one style. Keep an open mind.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
In order to become more peaceful, in order for you to become better and strategize your life.
Well, you didn't fix the camera?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good.
No, well, Bruno will have to figure out what's going on with it.
Right.
I don't know what's going on with it. But
Anyway, we don't have to do hair and makeup before the podcast anymore?
Not yet. No,
that's great.
It will. I'll figure this out. Where like basically the thing just turns off after like 35 minutes, and I have it continually plugged in. But
And does it get like kind of like a panorama view? Or?
it's a 360, so
Okay.
basically it gets the entire room, and then the end user, the person watching it, I'll call them end users. Sorry, but the person watching will then be able to like just scan the room, like move the video around.
Oh, like a Google a Google car,
right? Or VR, so you could actually throw on the goggles and actually just move around and actually as if you're sitting here in the podcast with us.
Wow,
that's my dream anyway.
Yeah.
So, but it has not come to reality. It looks really cool the first 30 something minutes.
Yeah.
And the sound quality on that is actually pretty good.
Oh, really?
I just got to figure out why we can't record an hour and a half continuous. Anyway,
All right, give the listeners something to look forward to.
Right.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
For video.
Exactly. But Brick, fight to win last night.
Long night for you last night, dude.
Oh man,
God damn.
That was. Well, I actually taught that morning too. So I taught like 4 hours in the morning. Matt actually came by the academy.
Matt Layton?
Yeah. So I trained with Matt and Mike in the morning.
Oh, you did? He did a little bit of training before, huh?
Oh, actually, we went hard.
Get out.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Dude, that's what it's like to be 24.
We actually went hard.
That's true.
I was like, yeah, man, you sure you want to like go this hard? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I'll be fine. And he went out and killed it.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah. So yeah, then pretty much ate and went straight to the venue.
Now, did you have that suit custom tailored to you?
Dude, looking slick.
I did.
It was
slick.
slick.
It was really slick.
Yeah. That was a tailored suit.
Hell yeah.
I was
You
joking.
can tell easily.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
it's
can,
not hard to
for
tell
sure.
tailored suits, you know?
I was joking with Seth. I was like, man, I didn't know the ref attire was John Wick.
Right,
The
exactly.
uniform was John Wick.
Yeah.
Murdered out.
Yeah.
Black on black on black.
Oh, so he sent you like an email saying like this is the requirement or whatever?
Ben did the other ref and was like, yeah, you need to wear a black suit, black shirt, black tie, and black socks.
You're
And I was like,
goddamn
okay.
right.
Yeah.
It's slick.
It does
Yeah.
look good. Yeah, for sure.
It was fun. But yeah, it was nice. I had like a front row seat to all the action, you know?
Yeah,
It was
for the
some-
Minecco helicopter armbar.
Oh man, that was pretty.
Were you
That
reffing
was
that?
pretty.
You were
No, I don't think you were reffing that one.
So
Well, I know you were.
I was. I think
Judging it.
I was judging on
Yes,
that one.
right.
So you have the head ref and then the two refs on the outside, and then we had like a fourth that you kind of rotate. You kind of rotate in with.
Okay. Yeah.
And that way, like if anyone has any conflicts of interest or whatever, like
Sure.
that one ref can sit out for the judging and,
Right.
and whatnot. But yeah, I was front row for that armbar. That was beautiful. I told Pierre, I was like, man, he just won $3,000 off of that.
Right.
So they're doing the Muscle Farm submission of the night, and they
Okay.
take all the submissions from the night and kind of vote on what the best one was.
Right.
And then they get, I think it's $500 a month from Muscle Farm for 6 months.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
It's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't beat
That's
that.
so cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him, hey, did you know about this before? And were you like just setting that shit up?
Yeah.
Well, of course, he did that to Paul actually while training.
Yeah,
Like,
he's done
I
that
think
to me
one of our
before.
first weeks there,
Yeah.
he hit that on Paul. And I was like, God damn, Paul, he had you up and just spun you down.
Totally. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
impressive.
It was great.
Yeah, he looked like he was. So he came out of the gate fast and hard,
Yes.
and then it kind of looked like he slowed down a little bit. I was like, man, I wonder if he's getting tired, and then he just busted the helicopter armbar out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And,
and you know, after been with him for a while now, I've noticed that's kind of his style. He'll come out like fucking guns blazing, calm down a little bit, slow down the tempo, and then just fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like it's just
And then just
that's
put it on.
And put it on again. Like I don't know if he's just methodical in the way his thought process, or because of the IBJJF rule set, how they play the game and how they play that game, where it's
Yeah.
like they go for a little bit, boom, point up, chill,
yeah,
go a little bit.
Especially with like 10-minute matches. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
gotta
gotta
pace yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
And
gotta
Brick
pace
actually
yourself.
fought him on the last fight to win.
Which was
Yeah.
like
It
That
came
was a
out to
great
be
match, too.
Fight of the year.
Fight of the
actually,
year. Fight of the year,
Fight to
dude.
Win Pro,
Yeah.
which was crazy.
And you won, but you didn't really win because it was a footlock.
fair enough.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm all about footlocks.
Speaking of footlocks, I just want to shout this out to Omar because I know he listens. I footlocked Omar today, and I thought I broke his leg.
Really?
Well, broke his knee. He's like, he didn't think it was deep. So I had a toe hold on him.
Okay.
He's like, it ain't deep, and I was on tap 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 tap. I'm like, what happened, bro? He goes, my knee popped. I'm like, bro, you all right? He
Yeah.
goes, I think so. I'm like, be careful, man.
Come on, Omar.
Oh man,
Fuck you up, bro.
usually like I feel like the ankle goes before the knee.
That's what he said too.
Yeah,
No,
and sometimes you get weird ones where the knee goes.
well,
Yeah.
I tend to be super tight. Javi taught me well. Keep the
Zito's-
shit tight to your chest.
Zito's
and
straight
toe to
ankle
bottom.
lock is death.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in that shit. I thought my leg was going to break too. It's a verbal tap for sure.
Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff.
And you train all that stuff too? Doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Heel hooks in the gi?
never,
No.
never heel
Never.
hooks in the
You
gi.
got to go
Never.
up to Barry Phillips in Deerfield, man. That guy doesn't give a shit. He's doing it all up there.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, it's just so hard to defend.
Yeah,
in the
I know,
gi,
I know.
You can't just.
I don't know if
turn
it's hard
out.
to defend because no one's ever done it to me, so I don't know.
Well, you're definitely not going to like slither your way out. is what
For
he's
sure
saying.
you're not going to.
Yeah.
But I guess if you understand the position and if you allow reaping in the gi, then you should be able to like know how far you're going down that rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Like don't get there. And then you'll
like
be okay.
never let someone reap you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but then there's also if you're the guy that's getting reaped or someone has honey hole on you. I mean, you always have that
got that
sleeve
sleeve
grip
grip.
where he can't really collect the heel.
yeah,
to begin
there
with.
Yeah.
definitely are some benefits
Sure.
to having that gi and having all those handles to
Right.
kind of stop those
Right.
footlocks.
Yeah.
Isn't
but-
there a competition come up where they're allowing reaping in the gi? Oh, ego. We just talked to
Yeah.
Klingerman about it. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's why no one trains it because it's like, where is it practical? Like,
Yeah,
you
like
don't get to use it
what
anymore.
what tournament are you ever going to do it?
Exactly.
in? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, in no gi, yeah, heel hooks are cool. But generally we save it for like the higher belts.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not that someone at the lower belts might hurt someone with it, but it's a lot of times that pain threshold really isn't there.
Right.
And they might not know the proper defense, right? Even if they're going with someone who's really skilled at putting it on, they might freak out trying to get out and hurt themselves.
Paul and I were actually
Yeah.
talking about this last night with a teammate of ours. It takes like two assholes to fuck someone up, really. I mean, the guy, like when I roll with someone who's maybe a lower belt or equal belt or whatever, and I know that they're not, they don't know heel hooks. Or,
Yeah.
I know when to let go. I know that I have it.
Right.
If they roll out,
Right.
I'll explain to them afterwards. Hey, listen, I let that go because this, and that, and you
Yeah.
would have tore your knee off or whatever.
Yeah.
So if I think that's the culture we come from, like that's what I've been taught since I've been doing jiu-jitsu. That's how we train. So I feel personally that if you explain to them that way, and you don't have two people being assholes when they're rolling, no one should be able to get hurt. I mean, I've never gotten hurt by heel
No,
hook.
I mean,
No.
same thing with me. Like, there's still so many people out there that are like, "Oh no, heel hooks. That's how you blow your knee out." So many knees get. training heel hooks at 10th Planet for 4 years now.
Yeah.
I've never hurt anyone. I've never been hurt. I've never heard of anyone getting hurt.
No.
I don't know anyone who's ever gotten hurt from a heel hook.
Yeah.
And we heel hook all day
the time.
long there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think mostly you get a lot of people quick taps, right, when you get the heel because of that mentality. And I think that happens more often than anything is quick taps. Like people,
Yeah,
oh,
like
that's
they tap too early.
Tap way too early.
Yep.
They're just tapping, which is fine, tap, you know, but then you don't know if your heel hook's real. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that kind of makes, because I want to know that, hey, I got this, you know?
Right.
Because if you take this to a street and God forbid something happens on the street where you actually have someone and you want to, you know, you have to use that.
Yeah.
You want to make sure your shit's real and
Well,
you can rip it off.
And if you go to a tournament and you fight good guys, you know, like you want to know if you can actually tap them.
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
so-
You know, it makes
More
me
practically if you went to a tournament.
Yeah, more practically if you went to a tournament, right? But
Heel
you know,
hooking guys in the streets.
hey man, it's a dream of mine.
Zito's a gangster. Right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like there's certain matches there last night that people were trying to heel hook each other and it just wasn't working. Now, was that just poor technique? Were they just, I don't know. But for me, I just think that if you got that, like Eddie Cummins gets that or Gary Tonin gets that or,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
That's
you're
game over.
tapping. Like
Yeah,
I
no.
felt Eddie Cummins heel hook and it's fucking,
Oh, yeah. He,
just death.
Yeah.
Instant death. Like as soon as you got that grip, you're like, oh fuck this. It's a whole nother world.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
crazy.
No, he dropped by the loop and trained before the last time. He
That's
was
right.
supposed
Him
to-
and Octavia. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Both
okay.
of them came by. Got a chance to train with him probably 2 rounds. He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster. And like it was really eye opening because of how good that honey hole position is, that inside reaping heel hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Inside Senkaku?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
At Donhurst system.
Yeah.
Proper.
Proper.
It's kind of like don't call it a Darce anymore.
The Bravo.
The Bravo.
It's the Bravo choke.
Have you heard this before? The Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I know the gi version, right?
Well, the Bravo, according to, is the proper term for the Darce.
Darce.
Right. Yeah. Some people don't like the Darce, the name Darce.
Yeah, like Drysdale or who? I
James
remember
Klingerman.
I remember
Klingerman.
Drysdale being like, "Oh yeah, I made this technique up, and it's the Bravo choke and all
Bravo
this stuff."
choke, yeah, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
eh,
DRC was the guy
yeah,
who kept
Joe
doing it.
Diarce.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so Bravo, yes. Inside Sukaku, whatever you want to call it.
So
Yeah.
for your match against Mineko, got Fight of the Year. Did you get anything for that? Any Muscle Farm sponsorship or
No,
anything?
was all
just,
prior
just
to that.
shout out on Facebook.
God damn it.
I know, right?
right.
I think they got the Muscle Farm deal after that.
Of course.
But Fight to Win's blowing up. I mean, the venue last night was really good. It was at the this is airing a week later, but it was at the Odeum in Villa Park, which
Yeah.
is, they have Nagas there and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I was kind of like the smoke was kind of a lot.
Yeah, they went a little heavy on the fog machine.
It did
for sure.
I was like, that's a lot of smoke in the room.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Javi, like you were reffing at one point, and Javi goes, "Damn, Brick must be fucking just so hot under all those
Oh,
lights
yeah.
up there."
It was.
I'm like, I don't know. Those are LEDs. They're not throwing off that much. I mean,
It was kind of toasty.
Was
up there.
it?
Yeah.
Well, that fog machine, you know, the cool, I was just noticing, like, last night I'm looking up, I'm looking around, like, the whole place. I'm like, man, all these lights. I'm like, where the fuck are those? And I'm looking, there's a fucking disco ball.
disco ball.
Oh, yeah.
above
Yeah.
the
It was
stage.
great,
I saw him
dude.
take it
Fucking
down.
awesome.
I
That
saw him
was
take it
awesome.
down at the end of the night. I was like, where the hell was that thing? Yeah. Like, I didn't even notice it at all. And
Yeah.
Dude,
that was
they
pretty
were hooking
cool.
off with
but
the,
yeah, it lit up
Disco
the
ball
whole
lit up the whole arena.
the whole
But, you know,
arena.
because you know when you go to United Center,
It's very
you've got-
concert-esque.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
But like United Center has all those lights going around. It's pretty cool. But you know, in a venue like that, you don't have that type of like architecture or anything like that to throw lights around. But
Oh, yeah.
the disco ball, clever.
Yeah,
That was
it
cool.
works.
Fucking great.
Totally works, man.
A little too much fog, but everything else is fantastic.
Yeah. No, and people could walk on the mats. People could stand up to pass the guard, right? There wasn't any standing water like the last one.
Yeah,
Yeah. All the and all the table, the layout was great.
yeah.
You know, it's nice. I like that. All the
Fight
tables
to
on the
Win
floor.
is killing it, man.
Yeah.
Those guys are
Yeah.
great.
Doing
Yeah.
a good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the
Yeah, it was good
referees,
stuff.
you guys were all sitting away from each other, not next to each other also.
Yeah. So that way it wasn't like anyone was kind of being like, oh yeah, I definitely think this guy won.
Right,
You know?
yeah,
so
yeah,
so
right,
like
sure.
you weren't influencing each other's
Right.
decision.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple splits.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I definitely thought the big guy from Carlson
Yeah.
won.
Yeah, you voted
you do.
against our boy John.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's good, man. No,
But,
no.
like,
Talk to us. Talk to us.
But
What are you thinking? It was kind of. He was kind of a little dirty, man. Was it?
Who? Oh, the big guy.
The big-
Yeah.
You're like,
Man,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he was just like-
suplex was awesome.
The suplex was awesome.
Was
And then I felt like he definitely kind of positionally dominated.
okay.
But it's kind of rated off submissions, right? But the
armbar, right?
the armbar attempt, it was good, but like the guy didn't have to work very hard at all to defend it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I was like, okay, probably aggression went to the Carlson guy.
Right.
But,
See.
yeah.
Yeah, it could have because
That one could have gone either way.
it could
for sure.
easily
for sure.
could have gone
Yeah.
either way. You
Yeah.
know, because I mean,
Yeah.
I think John had 2 armbar attempts and Salisbury had 2 takedowns. I'm like, well, those could wash each other right there, and then it comes down to, you know, what I think John got a takedown in the end, and
Yeah, that last.
you know, I don't know. Tie goes to the smaller guy, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
That
That
dude
was a
was
lot
big.
of weight on
That-
those mats, man.
But
Those
that
were
dude was
two-
like almost forearming John in the face, like
Yeah,
elbowing
you were right
him
there.
like shit. You
Yeah.
know,
What, did he cut him with the elbow?
I think he cut him on the takedown somehow.
Yeah. Oh,
is that
I think
right?
yeah, because he was bleeding for a little bit before they actually
Stopped.
got the medic. Yeah.
right. But that's even better because then you come out like wrapped up with that thing around your head, and that's like
Look hardcore.
you look
Yeah.
like true gangster. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. There's
like the Olympic wrestlers who wrap
Oh,
their
yeah.
head with
Oh,
their
yeah.
ears hanging off and shit.
yeah.
Makes for a better Facebook post, John.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, I thought it could definitely gone either way. I thought John, took it. I'm happy with that victory, obviously, because of the armbar.
Yeah.
I thought,
yeah.
it
I mean,
made
he
sense.
definitely went for submissions. You know,
Yeah, I mean, that guy was just
huge.
huge.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who's training with that guy. Like, how's that guy getting training in?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
He had good wrestling too, man.
Yeah.
I remember.
John's a good wrestler. I was
I
surprised.
remember
about that.
John came up and like it was kind of towards the end, and he tried to like push the guy, and he pushed him, and the guy didn't move at all. He just like it didn't even phase him.
Right.
It was crazy.
Right.
I was like, that's another really big guy pushing him. And
Exactly.
dude didn't even flinch.
No,
I was like,
yeah.
oh man.
Yeah.
That was an entertaining match, man.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
the
That's a
matches
good
were
one.
awesome.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benjamin's son, Alex. Fucking awesome match.
Yeah.
We walked in right
Alex
at the
Salas.
moment we got to see that
Kicking
match.
off the
Alex
show.
Salas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Those kids were awesome.
Yeah.
It was hilarious watching their walkouts, right? With like a bunch of like gangster rap.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
these like, how old were they? Like 10
Yeah,
maybe?
they're little
10,
kids,
11,
yeah.
That's
something like
hilarious.
that coming out.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, how do you even know this song? It's fucking, it's filthy.
Yeah.
They don't get the explicit versions for those.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, that
it's
was
good.
great.
Yeah, it's a 33 fights on the card.
That was a lot of fights.
There's a lot of fights, but it went by
Did they
pretty
do that
quick.
because it was fight to win 33? Did
I
they
don't think
try
so.
and
I think
do
that's just
that?
coincidence.
I don't think.
Yeah.
But can we
I mean,
talk-
I think they average around 30 or so fights.
Yeah. They probably do that because in case someone pulls out, they have enough to still
Yeah.
keep it going.
Not that I was like saying that like fight to win 34 would have 34 fights or
I don't know.
Fight
Maybe
to win
that's what you were
70.
saying.
I mean,
thought
but
that's what you were
like,
saying.
did they have 32 and someone was like, "Fuck it, it's fight to win 33. Let's put one more fight on it." You know,
Maybe only Seth would know.
I think that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Probably.
But the Kyotera was like fucking magical.
Yeah.
It was like magic. I was like watching magic up there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's like
Dude,
another
Jeff
level.
did good though.
He did.
Yeah,
He
he
did
did.
good. He did good. I mean, Kyle was definitely like the favorite
Right,
for
the big
sure
favorite.
for that fight. But yeah, no, Jeff did good. There was like a lot of closed guard, kind of some old school jiu-jitsu in there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a good fight. I enjoyed that one a lot. You know.
I mean, did you see that submission coming? Like as he was setting it up and everything. I mean, I was pretty impressed. Maybe because I'm only a blue belt, but I was looking at that like, what the fuck? How did he even get from there? It was pretty cool. That that transition? How he caught it all?
It was like he was throwing the leg over for the omoplata, right? And then Jeff
Oh.
kind of like
Sat back
postured up,
then
and then
it was like a shotgun
he did
armbar,
almost like a monoplata, but then to the armbar.
To the armbar.
Yeah, yeah. No,
That's
that was
great.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was working that omoplata from the beginning too. You know, he was going with almost like that Williams guard variation where it's like you're holding under your leg and grabbing four fingers
Right.
in the back of the gi, kind of setting up the omoplatas.
Yeah.
And Jeff was doing a good job of just keeping heavy, keeping his head low, not letting Kaio's Gumby legs come over the top for the omoplata.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Jump
good
guard.
stuff.
Like, flew jump guard. Like that,
that
was like
was
He looked agile in that jump. That was nice.
smooth. Like he had the arm caught for a second.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then, Jeff got it out.
Yeah.
So that could have been a flying triangle 10 seconds
I
in.
think I heard one of the guys on Curran's side yelling, "Don't let him do any of that jumping stuff. Don't let him do any of the jumping stuff."
That's awesome.
And then he jumps.
Yeah. Jeff,
great.
dude, Jeff has had, if I believe, 87 MMA fights.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
That's fucking crazy.
It's nuts.
He's a monster, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Jeff Serafin?
It was good. It was a good fight.
That's what I expected
definitely
from Jeff Serafin.
Right.
Like
just
that's
100% control.
100% control, slow,
The sweep from
cook,
bottom.
sweep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, because once that dude's on top of you, you're fucked.
Fucked.
You're absolutely fucked.
Yeah, I felt bad for Tony because he didn't get to do
No.
much jiu-jitsu. He just got kind of like
cooked.
double underhooked and
Yep.
held. I was like, man, that's rough. Especially in front of like a bunch of people and stuff, like
Yeah.
you want to go out, you want to at least like get something going, and Jeff shut that down from the get-go.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, Jeff, man, I like that game he plays, and I've rolled with him, and he just, it's like you can't
That's
stop
sloth
it.
jiu-jitsu,
You can't
man.
stop it. It's just like, stop, get off.
He taps me with side control. He calls it Burt Reynolds side control is
Oh,
his
man.
thing. And this was at his open mat, and there was like, I don't know, 20 people there, whatever. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Jeff. I'm like, I can't fucking believe I just tapped to that, And he's like, he stopped and looked around the room. He's like, I've tapped everybody in this room to that. And there was like black belts in the corner and shit. I'm like, oh, well, that makes me feel a little bit better. He's like, I've yet to get it in competition though. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, black belts aren't going to let you tap them with side control.
No.
They're just going to get to the point where they're about to tap, and they're going to give you their arm. So you take that instead because it's less embarrassing.
yeah. Something's got to break before.
That's funny.
Before they tap psych control.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was rolling last week, and this guy was doing like a Ezekiel choke on me.
Okay.
But it felt more like he was punching me in the side of the neck more than anything than choking. I'm like, oh, fucking my neck, dude. You're literally
The Fistikiel.
Yeah,
Fistikiel.
that's it. Fistikiel. Yeah, it sucked, man. I'm like, you gotta show me what you were exactly doing because it didn't feel right, but it hurt.
It's just mean.
It's
Those
mean.
are just mean, man.
It's mean.
That's not something you want to do to your everyday training partner.
Exactly.
Right?
No, he's not definitely not an everyday training partner,
Okay.
but I can appreciate sometimes getting a little grimy.
Oh yeah.
Nothing. I mean, it makes you tougher for sure. That's how I think. But I don't think I would be able to do that to anyone. But I can appreciate it. It's jiu-jitsu. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, tap out, man.
Yeah.
So did you put your name in? For
No.
the hat?
So I got a new job like 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
So just kind of getting into the flow of like work and teaching and kind of balancing everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad time to get ready for a big competition.
Exactly.
Right. I get
Exactly.
But you train a lot, don't you?
I train like 3-4 days a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like when you got a huge competition like that coming up, it's like the one thing that's in your mind all the time.
Yeah.
It would be for me anyway. I wouldn't be able to concentrate on a new career if I knew I was competing.
That's the tough thing is like keeping when I compete, I like to definitely focus in a lot. And yeah, starting a new job and kind of worrying about all the learning all the new processes, how your role is supposed to go, and then to compete too is just a little tough. But
Do you compete at like smaller tournaments, or you just do kind of like the?
mostly just the bigger ones.
ones,
Yeah, like Chicago Opens.
Right. Did you fly out for like the Pan?
Yeah. So when I finished undergrad, I took 6 months, just traveled around the country and competed in the Pan Am's Worlds, New York Open, Boston Open.
Nice.
Did kind of like the black belt jiu-jitsu bucket list almost.
Okay.
And then, kind of got back. I had a friend who was working at the Board of Trade, and I started to kind of get into finance and trading.
Yeah.
Still keeping up with training, still doing jiu-jitsu all the time, but switched career paths a little bit from the just jiu-jitsu competitor kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah.
So how old are you? You're 24?
26.
26, okay.
Yeah.
And you've been a black belt for how long?
5 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I got my black belt when I was 20 years old. So
Wow.
almost 6 years.
So when did you start training?
When I was 14.
14?
Yeah, so I grew up in central Illinois, like a small town outside of Springfield.
Okay.
And started at this just kind of tiny MMA gym. There's a blue belt teaching there, and this is in 2005. So the blue belt there, went to Brazil, went to the Gracie Barra headquarters in Rio, and brought back a black belt. And the guy was only supposed to stay for 3 months. Was like, oh, I like the U.S. Ended up staying for 6 months. He's like, oh, I really like the U.S.
Right.
Ended up getting married and staying down there.
Okay.
And that was my professor, Marcos Barros.
Okay.
And yeah, he was teaching classes in Brazil at the headquarters for like Babalu, and knew kind of all of those guys back when Gracie Barra in Rio was like that big powerhouse gym that had like Petipano coming out, Nino Chimbre, all the monsters, you know. So he was kind of there at that time, and then settled in Springfield, Illinois somehow.
Right. Yeah.
That happens.
No, so it was super crazy. So a lot of like the Gracie Barra guys came, like Marcio came down there for a little bit. Umflacker, I know, stopped down there. Kira Gracie. And this is all when I'm like in high school. So 14 to like 18. And then we had a guy named, oh crap, I'm blanking on his name. Just Reinhardt. His last name's Reinhardt.
Okay.
I can't believe I forgot his name. He fought in the UFC.
Okay.
He used to run a fight promotion out of Decatur, but he used to train at Militich. So Spencer Fisher came over and trained, and this is all when I was
Spencer
like...
the Kingfisher?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Spencer the Kingfisher. Yeah, so I got to train with some of these guys when I was like 16 in the middle of nowhere.
That's insane. That's awesome.
It was really lucky. And then I moved up to Chicago for school. So I went to UIC for undergrad.
Okay.
And around that same time, my professor's brother opened up The Loop. And it was Gracie Barra The Loop.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
And for the first 4 months, they had Philippe Delamonica there teaching. And Philippe is Rafael Dos Anjos' jiu-jitsu coach and Shogun's jiu-jitsu coach.
Jeez.
And that year in 2009, he got third in the world championships. He lost to Michael Lange in the semis. And he was there for like 4 months just teaching. And it was me as like the purple belt assistant instructor, him, and then a room full of white belts,
Okay.
who are now brown belts, which is actually pretty crazy.
Right.
But so like when he was trying to train hard for like American nationals and stuff, like I was just getting my butt kicked. So he was there for a while, and then he ended up moving back to California to open a school in Laguna Beach and train with all the Gracie Barra guys and whatever. But
Yeah, school in Laguna Beach.
yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Living the jiu-jitsu dream, right?
Right. Jiu-jitsu and surfing. Right?
Yeah. No, so around that time I started going up, training at Lincoln Square, training with Adam and those guys, and developed a relationship with them. And then they actually didn't really have a black belt in the Loop for a little while.
They have. I've actually. You went to their Loop location, right?
I went to the
'Cause
Lincoln Square location.
Oh, you went to Lincoln Square.
Lincoln
I've been to
Square,
the
yeah.
Lincoln Square location. And where's their third location at?
So they have the Loop, Lincoln Park, and then Lincoln Square.
And,
so,
okay.
so Lincoln Park is shared with the Chicago Muay Thai Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So for a little while, it was just me and my professor's brother Beto teaching his purple belts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when Matt was coming up. That's when PJ was coming up and training. Oh man, my throat is killing me.
You're fine. You want to pause it? Pause it.
I can always cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Get like a good cough in, Brick. We're gonna edit this out.
Maybe we'll edit it out. Why would we edit it out? It's all good. People can wait. We like to hear the story.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I did train by Adam a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome. I mean,
There's
it's
some
a
tough guys at Lincoln Square.
Tough fucking room. I
Yeah.
mean, tough.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's a really cool place, though. I mean, Adam was very welcoming. All the guys there were really nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool how the rooms are all separated.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have your back side. They're like add-ons.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got the main room here. They got the downstairs where the like showers are and change rooms, office, and then I guess next door was like what was next door? He just told me, like a
Chicago
travel
Mall.
agency or something like that, and then they took it over and then
They
expanded it, right?
yeah.
And then the back that was added on. That whole building was added on in the back area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's neat. So when they have seminars there, because I think there's a seminar. This will come afterwards, but Felipe Pena,
That's
is
going to
coming
be
there.
awesome.
Is coming to that location
Yes.
Yeah, that's supposed to be Thursday
On
or
Wednesday.
something?
Wednesday, the third.
Wednesday.
Obviously, this is going to air after the fact. But how is that seminar set up? Is that they use all three rooms then, or
Yeah, I'd imagine.
probably right?
Yeah.
So they'll probably all walk to one room, then go.
Well, actually, they might only use 2. So I was already planning to go up there because I'm teaching a kids comp class at like 5 p.m. So that's during the seminar. But yeah, so I'm guessing it's probably only going to be in 1 or 2 rooms because they're probably going to keep. So there, I know they really like to keep their normal schedule, right? So it's not like you have to attend the seminar if there's one going on.
Okay.
So they run
they
their
keep it in
they
a
run their
separate
core
room.
program, they run the sport program,
Oh, I see.
and if you wanna show up to the seminar, cool. If you don't, cool. We're still running class. Right? Nothing.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, so they don't really miss a beat. When
Well, because they have the
seminars
space.
come
They have
around.
the space to do that. They have those 3 rooms.
They
so
do,
They can
yeah.
actually. Yeah, that makes sense. Because like some schools, they have to kind of like shut down. Like, okay, well, today's the seminar. So if you're not in the seminar, we'll see you later.
Yeah,
That's
too bad.
pretty-
Yeah,
that's pretty nice.
Good.
Yeah.
But Adam actually hit you up, right?
Yeah.
Because he wanted help with a charity that he's involved
You know,
with.
we talked about on the podcast a while
Right.
ago about his charity overseas. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've got some things working out and for his charity, and hopefully,
Nice. It's
hopefully I
it's
can
with
help out.
the guys in Bosnia. I'm
Yeah,
guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
with Bosnia, right?
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully, I could be able to help him out and talk about it, and I think we made a good connection with that.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's fun.
People
I mean,
helping people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very charitable person. I enjoy helping people, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What, Paul? Why are you looking at me like that? I am. Come on, man.
No, you are. You're a very generous dude.
No, it's
But
good stuff.
yeah. So, and did you get a chance to roll with Adam?
Yeah, I was his first row. I was his warm up row,
Okay.
and he just basically hovered over me while I was just grabbing stuff that I can grab. Like, he let me go to an X guard, and then he'd swing out of. It was like rolling with someone. I was like rolling against myself. Like he was just like water. Like it was incredible. He's such a big dude.
He float passes so well for a big guy.
So well.
And then he like kind of floats, finds his opening, and then just collapses. And then he can be so heavy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was incredible. I
Right.
mean, it was, it's like anytime I get to roll. Now, Brick, you roll with, obviously, I can see how, because you're young and you got your black belt young, that being able to roll with high level people really excels your jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's proofs in the pudding, right?
Yeah.
So rolling with high level people like Adam, I mean, it's amazing. It truly is amazing. So anytime I can roll with a black belt, that's why when I go to seminars, I'm like, are we going to roll afterwards? I want to roll with that guy.
Right.
You know, I'm excited but not everybody rolls after seminars and stuff like that. So
It's because seminars are 3
it's
hours
tough.
long, and it's like,
They
all
are.
right, I've had enough, or I got to go. I got shit going on.
I'd rather
you
have
know?
a 2-hour seminar and then roll
100%.
roll with the guy afterwards.
100%.
Even if it's
Oh, yeah.
even if it's like what we did at Minetco, like
With Gabriel.
Gabriel. So they did like it was Andre and Gabriel in the center, and all 20 something of us got a minute and a half with them. Is that what it was?
Oh, nice. Just
So there was
rotated in,
there was
trained.
18 of us,
Yeah.
and we were each going to get a minute and a half with each of them.
With each.
So they were like basically saying like, "Come Shark Tank us."
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
It was
That's
it was
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was great, and that's all I'm looking for, because you learn so much, even though you're getting destroyed. You still learn so much from that interaction.
Yeah,
It's-
100%.
It's really worth every penny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, when I roll next door here with like John Tuto, it's great. He destroys me. But, like I roll with him last week at Open Mat, and I'm like, his logo is the snake, around that, his logo with the snake. And I'm like,
Don't tread on me.
yeah. Well, I understand. Like, I'm like, dude,
tread on me, John.
your logo represents you so well, because we were doing situational drilling initially before we started rolling, and I had his back, and so he has to escape, and I'm small, right? So I have my legs like tight on him, and I don't know how he slithered out, but I'm like, how the fuck is this guy? He just. And I'm like, we're in the gi. It's like he slithered out like we were in no gi. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, no, like he wasn't trying to power. He just slowly and took my back.
Got that snake jujitsu.
He does, man. It's
Dude,
beautiful.
he is also so strong.
Yeah, he's very strong. But I
John
didn't
is-
feel his strength. He wasn't using
Yeah.
strength against, because it's easy to overpower me. But
I gotcha.
he was just, yeah.
Yeah,
I can see
he's
you
a
going
beast.
against him.
He is physically so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Brick walked in. He's like, yeah, I didn't know I was walking into like a fucking whole like gym setup and
Right.
stuff. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Tuto is next door. He's like, no shit, let me go say what's up, you
Yeah.
know? So,
Yeah.
and then I think he got roped into training after the podcast.
Might be doing some training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought my gi. My gi's in the car.
Yeah.
But John's got extra gis.
Right.
So,
It's like,
in case you wanted
I didn't bring my gi. That's cool. I got extras.
Yeah.
Fuck.
to. Yeah. I mean, I'll train. It doesn't. I mean, I did open mat this morning.
Okay.
With at 10 Planet Lombard.
Oh,
They-
nice.
They have a 10
Nice.
a.m. open mat, which is pretty cool. We got
Yeah.
a lot of people come in from a lot of
That's-
different schools.
I'm hearing that open mat's getting some good turnouts.
Garrity was there. Israel was there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, a lot of guys show up there. It's good. It's good training. A lot of guys from Alliance show up, and
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Nice.
fun.
It's a good Sunday.
cool.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's a good Sunday.
Knock it out in the morning. 10 to 12 is perfect.
Yeah.
For a Sunday open mat.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because then you
For
have the
sure.
rest of the day to do all your bullshit grocery shopping, laundry crap to get ready for the whole rest of the week.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, it's a good time. I mean, I like the open mats. I've got to learn to stretch a lot before the open mats.
Because there's never a warm up.
There's never a warm-up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got
So-
you're on your own to do
Yeah,
that shit.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, I did it
is.
today. 'Cause I was like, I got to stretch, but because I'm
Well-
competing this weekend and I don't want to get injured this week.
Yeah.
So.
The warm up, and then also the cool down,
Yes.
and making sure you're stretching and kind of keeping loose. You know.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
the
for
worst
sure.
thing to do is train real hard and then sit in your car.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't cool down enough. I know Jen Zanotti was telling me that we should do like right after we roll, like just lay down and just like breathe and like stretch.
Right,
Remember
right.
that?
Yeah.
That's such a good idea. I wish we would do that more often in class.
Yeah.
Like after the fact.
I'm going to fill up. You want more water in that thing?
Yeah. Thanks. I'm dying.
You got beer, bro. You want an Amstel?
No. Not if I'm going to train with John. Right? Train with John and just puke.
Yeah. So, getting back to you, Brick. So they didn't have a black belt in the loop, and
No, for probably about a year or so, until they sold the gym to the Redzovics.
right.
So the Redzovics were GB at that time, and
Right.
so the Redzovics were GB at that time, and then they sold it to the nearest GB, and
Yeah.
kind of I came with the building.
Nice.
And
Package deal.
yeah. So I've been there since 2009, which is kind of crazy.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
And yeah. It's
So
been-
Are you not first degree black belt?
I am a first degree black
First
belt.
degree
yeah.
black belt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dare
So
you, Zito.
how does that? I still don't know all that because someone asked me last night about Cristiano.
Okay.
Rivera.
He had a lot of stripes.
He had
yeah.
So they're like, that's a lot of stripes on that belt. Is he a 5th degree? Is he? I thought he was 4th degree when I remember.
Mike Sim was saying that the MMA Heroes had him at
5th degree?
The 5th degree,
Right.
I think. So.
Do you know him? Cristiano?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Would you want to fight him?
Him?
Yeah.
I mean,
He'll fight anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
I wouldn't care
Rick
too
doesn't
much.
give a fuck.
That was a
No.
good fight too. That dude's
He's a big dude, man.
Strong.
He had good
man.
judo. It looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he hit that foot sweep out of
Yeah.
the gate. That was
It
nice.
was really nice. That was good. I mean, it was a good match. All those
literally all the matches were great.
They were all great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you competing at? You said you're competing at the weekend?
Yeah, Naga.
Oh,
Sorry.
really?
Sorry.
Oh, you're doing Naga?
Come
Oh,
on, man. I gotta get it in.
Dude,
I know.
so
Come on, man. What do
so
you want me
I
to
was
do?
at the Naga in 2010, where
Rick's gonna leave the studio now,
I know,
dude.
right? He's
Come
like,
on,
fuck
bro.
fucking Naga, dude.
the tournament got done at like
The
1
next
a.m.
day?
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Like I was on the mat competing in the purple belt division at like 1 a.m.
Oh, fuck that.
It was awful. It was so bad that there were people taking videos of them burning their T-shirts in the parking lot. They were like lighting their Naga T-shirts on fire in the parking lot.
That's awesome.
I'm not even joking.
There's already flames on the Naga shirt. I don't know why they'd have to do that.
You just listen.
Every cool logo has flames on it.
Of course. I'm doing Naga because I just want to fight.
That's
I
true.
want to get my I
respect that.
need more mat time on with the gi. I need more because I did the IBJJF. I didn't have a great showing at the IBJJF. I mean, I want to be better at the gi in competition, and I got to learn that game.
Yeah,
And
man,
so I
and
gotta
like
get it in.
that is the thing to
Naga
do,
is
right?
Naga,
Like
you do.
in the beginning, especially like in like white belt, blue belt, just go around, hit every local tournament
Right.
you can, just compete as much as you can,
Right, yeah.
and then like once you start to get to a certain skill level, you see kind of the skill level of the other competitors.
Mm-hmm.
You might show up to a tournament, there might only be like one good guy for you to compete against, you know.
Right.
So then it kind of pays to be a little bit more selective in the tournaments and start trying to go to like the IBJJFs, the Pan Ams, the Worlds,
Right.
you know. At least that's kind of how it was when I was coming up. You know?
Right.
I mean, I think it's the same way. I mean, right now, like
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
I
I,
know.
respect it.
Thanks.
But like, how many black belts compete at Naga?
Not many. I don't think.
Like one, two, maybe.
Because he's bored
or-
and coaching. Like
Yeah.
Red
hold
Schaefer
on.
will
Red
probably
Schaefer.
jump in.
There you go,
Yeah.
Red Schaefer.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, Red, for saving me on that one. There you go. He's the guy who goes there and kills everybody, murders them all. He just wants to compete.
taking those Naga belts home,
He's
man.
taking them home.
Taking those swords and belts home.
That's right.
Why didn't he do Fight to Win?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Or do they plan on doing a show in Wisconsin sometime soon and they're saving it for that?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
honestly.
He's
I thought
competed
you're on the
before.
inside, Brick.
No.
You're in now, bro. You're on Team No Sleep and shit.
No way. No, they asked me like the day before the fight
Oh, to ref.
to ref.
Really?
I was like,
I was about to say,
I
how'd
was
you
like,
get the
yeah,
gig?
I think I'm gonna go.
And you already had the
So-
suit.
Yeah, that was my suit.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
And I had to go and buy the black dress shirt
Okay.
before because
Right.
I didn't have
Right.
one of those. But
So
yeah,
how'd they get in touch with you? They just remembered you from being the fight of the
yeah,
year?
they just hit me up on Facebook.
Who are the other two refs? Or three?
Steve Patterson, who is he's a Brazza guy. He's
Okay.
good. And then forgot the other guy's name. I think he trains at Umflocker.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Feel
how
bad
did
for-
do they find out who like guys possibly are affiliated with and say like, okay, you can't take that match. We're gonna let Brick ref that match and
Pretty
like-
much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So they actually look into it.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not.
It's probably the discretion of the referee. Like, hey, I can't ref this one. I
Yeah,
know this guy
exactly,
or whatever.
exactly,
You know.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
I like when Seth came out and he's like, "Are you guys can pound on the side of the mat?"
Yeah,
and
he's
stuff
like,
that.
"Let's
Give
fire
it-
it up," and
yeah, he fired up, and then the whole
Oh,
New Breed train.
Team New Breed went nuts.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
that
And-
Vives match was unbelievable.
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
great.
Yeah, it
he,
was.
He killed it. That was a good fight for him.
Dude, is he good? Fucking Mark, man. He's so good.
Bonsai's got a fucking huge team.
Yeah.
There was it looked like there was like 100 of them pounding on the mats.
It was great.
It was awesome.
Without them there, it was like, would have been quiet.
Right.
Right? It was like, fuck, we need those new breed guys.
Yeah,
I kept having to tell a couple of the guys to like slide over because they were coming over into like the refs table and stuff.
Oh,
and,
really?
and like pounding over it. And I'm like, guys, you got to scoot down.
Right. I
Like,
got to see the match here, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no, they're
hilarious.
great, man. So that's probably why it sounds like we got to have everyone in Chicago. We got to have
Mark has
on.
to be in the
He
card.
has to be on because he brings all their guys with him, man. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mark for the last one in Chicago sold so many tables worth
yeah,
of tickets.
for
Like
sure.
I think he was by far the top guy for ticket sales. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
For sure. And then he, shout out to Mark. Crucifix finish, like with the choke, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was
Fucking
that was
great.
nice.
Yeah, they're all.
And then the place exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Of course. That's like a
That was
great-
late in the night too, when all
Yeah.
those guys were just lit.
Yeah.
all those new breed guys were
Right.
And I heard they were the liquor sales were kind of expensive. Like a beer was
Okay.
like how much, Paul?
$14. I didn't buy one.
What the
But yeah.
Man,
That's pricey.
that's up there.
Yeah. Shout out to Joey Z for sneaking in a little moonshine. I was taking hits off that. I'm like, I'm not spending $14 for a beer. Fuck that. The only good thing about spending $14 for a beer is you get to drink the misery of spending $14 a beer away.
I know, right?
So, but
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't know,
that's
but-
robbery, dude. That's like, I've never heard of a price like that.
Well, what's
the
it like if you go to a
Cen-
ballpark? When
Dude,
United Center, what's
$10,
that?
12,
Oh, really?
12 maybe if they're like really ripping you at
Right.
like Wrigley or something.
Okay.
But 14, bro.
14.
They're
14
like-
Villa Park, bro.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Does this come with lube or what?
The pretzels were good. I had a couple of those.
Yeah. You had more than one pretzel?
More than one.
Wow, dude.
I got a thing for those big soft pretzels. I don't know, man. I like them. They're good. Couple bottles of water. Something wrong with that.
I guess. But yeah, dude, and what if because the place exploded when Mark won, but
Yeah.
if Jeff Curran beat
Would've-
Coyoterra,
oh my
dude, the
God.
place would have been like
I was cheering for Jeff.
Oh no shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
for
If
sure.
he would have pulled that out, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But
No.
yeah.
But Kyle with rocking that stash. What's up
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
Do you think he got that from Seraphin?
I think he's posing off Jeff, man.
Yeah. I think so.
For
also.
sure. Next thing you know, he's going to be playing sloth jujitsu. Come on, Kyle, be original.
Yeah, that's great. That was great stuff. So what's your schedule look like? Like, ain't mat time with fights coming up or thinking about anyone you want to fight? Do you even think about people you want to fight? Like, I think I'd like to fight that guy. Like, how'd you get fighting with Andre? How'd that come about?
They just asked me if I
Just
wanted
like-
to fight Andre. Yeah. I think I was originally supposed to go against Brandon Batchelor, and then they swapped him out or whatever. Ended up paired off with Andre, and I was kind of like, "Ah, man," because like I've gone over to his gym with Mark a couple times,
Okay,
and we've
yeah.
all trained together.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ah, man," like.
Mm-hmm.
I
you're
hit him
probably
up too,
old
and I was
enough
like,
to be
"Man."
his son, also.
Well, I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey, man, like, got matched up to fight you. Like, if you're cool with it, I am. Blah blah blah.
Right.
You know, just because like,
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be weird. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure.
Because I like Andre a lot. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
And sometimes people do get weird when you're gonna compete against them.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it worked out.
Yeah.
Ended up being a really good fight. And
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andre's a cool dude, man. He would
He
not
is.
give a shit.
Yeah,
He'd
no,
be
he
like,
didn't
let's
care.
fight
He
and then
didn't
let's
care.
be friends, you know?
Yeah, he just loves to fight.
Yeah.
He fucking
does.
like truly loves to fight. Like, I will never forget when I came to class and he's just sitting behind the desk. He's like, I just want to fight right now. I'm like, bro, you're just sitting. It's like, Wednesday at like 7:00. He's
Chill,
like, I just
dude.
wanna
It's a
fight.
Wednesday.
I'm like, Andre, man, just a beast, dude. He's such a boss, dude.
Yeah, he really is.
Just like sitting there contemplating fighting. Like,
Yeah. I'm
I
glad he
can
got that
respect that.
muscle farm thing.
yeah, dude.
We need to hit
Man,
him up.
he's gonna be even stronger. He's freaking strong.
He is fucking strong.
He is
dude.
strong.
Yeah.
And now he's got the muscle farm, so he's gonna be
Yeah.
even stronger. It's
luck.
gonna be worse.
Good luck with that neon belly. Fuck, that neon belly is brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Damn it, I hate
And you
that.
think I'm like, oh, he'll when I roll with him, I'm like, oh, he'll probably take it easy on me. Fuck no, he doesn't. He's like, fuck you. I'm like,
No,
oh, your knee on belly's
he's
killing
still
me.
that's him taking it easy.
Yeah,
on you,
exactly.
And it still
right?
sucks.
It still sucks.
Yeah. So what goal? I mean, you're still such a young guy, Brick. What goals do you have left in your jiu-jitsu journey?
I don't
what haven't
really
you
know.
done yet that you want to do?
Gordon Ryan.
Right. ADCC trial.
ADCC, yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely like to try and hit up some trials and
Yeah.
try and make it out there.
Abu Dhabi Pro, maybe.
Maybe, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Definitely travel a little bit more, compete, kind of set up some trips with training and
Right.
jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, you went to New York. Did you get to train out there as well?
Yeah.
With,
So,
like Marcelo Garcia or
so I've been to both.
Okay.
So the first time I went out, Adam actually was like, "Oh, I want to make the Loop Gym like Kenzo's in downtown New York." He's
Right,
like,
right.
I'm gonna pay for you and this other guy, Hodis, who was a brown belt at the time, will pay for both you guys to go out there and train at Henzo's for a week
And just see how it's done.
Exactly.
So smart, man.
Showed up, trained in Donahauer's class, trained at night. Alberto Marchetti was hanging out with us the whole time. And then the first night we were there, Henzo showed up and was like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Like, let's go out to dinner." And he took me and Hodis out to dinner. And it was unreal. It was unreal.
Right. And
yeah,
he didn't know you guys, or
I mean, he knows Adam.
right?
And
He's like, "You're one of Adam's guys.
Yeah.
Let's go to dinner."
pretty much,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, we gave him a Team Redzovic T-shirt. He immediately put it on and was like, "Yeah, let's get a picture, guys."
Yeah,
You know,
awesome.
like
Right.
just so nice, so
Yeah.
nice. And then he like paid for the entire meal. It was
Jeez.
unreal.
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, how nice he was, you know. Yeah, so that was awesome. And then I remember I was training in Donahauer's class, and it was a gi class. I was training with this brown belt. Guy was dominating the grips. Like, we were doing stand up. He like threw me on my head like 3 times, and I was like, "What the hell?" You know.
Right.
And I was talking to Hodis, and Hodis was like, "Yeah, man, that guy threw me a bunch too." We're like, "Who is this guy?" And it turned out to be Travis Stevens, who was just messing us up.
Right.
So, yeah, like it's kind of funny when you go to gyms like that. You train with people who are at such a high level, and you might not even know who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
like you feel it, and you're like, "Man, this guy's good." Like he's probably kind of well known, or like
Right.
who is this guy? You know? And yeah, what do you know? He's an Olympian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last time I was out there, actually 2 times ago, I went to Marcelo's.
Okay.
And
How
yeah,
far away are those from each other?
they're not that far. I think they're only like 4 or 5 blocks. So you
Oh,
have,
really?
I think
Wow.
it's Penn Station and Madison Square Garden are in the same spot, I think.
Right.
And then you go 2 blocks north and it's Marcelo's, and 2 blocks south and it's Henzo's.
Right. So that's why
Or
there's
it's vice versa. But like
rivalry or
they're
whatever.
they're super close to each other. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they're both pretty amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Did you get
'Cause,
to-
like Henzo's is in a basement, right?
Henzo's, well, so it started in the basement,
Okay.
and then they bought out the next like 3 floors or
Oh
something.
no shit.
Yeah,
But
so it's-
Donahauer's in the basement.
Donahauer, he's
he's-
primarily
he's-
in the basement,
right,
and then they have
Dungeon
like
they
their,
call it or some bullshit.
and then they have their like kickboxing and their
Okay.
MMA type stuff like on the other levels of the
I
building.
gotcha.
But
And then Marcelo's is what, like
just one big open floor plan.
okay, first floor or
It was the like 2nd or 3rd floor.
okay.
Was
he
he,
might
there
have
when you were training?
moved since.
Was he there when you were training?
Yeah, so I showed up with me and Matt Layton went out there for the New York Open. Well, first off, we started in Boston and did the Boston Open. Actually, ended up staying with the Harvard wrestling coach.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool. So one of the guys at the gym was Russian, and he hooked us up with the Harvard wrestling coach and kind of stayed there, hung out, trained a little bit, and his little brother actually is the guy who beat Jordan Burroughs in the Olympics in the 3rd place bracket. This year was crazy. He blew up as far as wrestling goes. Yeah. But yeah, then we took the train down, went to New York, trained at Marcelo's, and the first round of the lunch class, Marcelo was like, "All right, let's train," you know, and he beat me up so gently, you know, like
Yeah.
he didn't tap me, and I think it was just because he was being super nice,
Right,
but he just positionally worked me, but. Yeah, it was nice. It's out there on MG in action somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I got posterized, but no, it was good. It was good. And then we stayed there the whole day and just hit all the classes.
Yeah.
So when you're rolling with, I mean, God, I can't even imagine what that would be like. I just like, so because you're at a higher level, right? And then you got this guy who's just, you know, could be the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
And not one time were you able to like get a position on him.
No. Wow. Well, yeah, no. I mean, he messed me up. He just definitely like he passed my guard, kind of let me recover, kind of went to his butt, played a little bit.
Yeah.
It was all just play. You
Right,
know what
yeah.
I mean? It wasn't like. And I for sure wasn't trying to kill him or anything. You know what
Sure,
I mean? Like
right.
I'm going to engage. I'm going to try and get into his good positions. I wanted to feel what his single leg X felt like. I wanted to feel like his butterfly guard
Yeah,
and stuff.
right.
Just because you never get opportunities to feel the best in the world in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was pretty amazing.
You get a chance to roll with Dylan Dennis?
I didn't actually. No. I
you-
trained with Gianni.
Okay.
A little bit. I had actually trained with Gianni when I went to Henzo's as well, which is kind of funny because he was actually at Henzo's since he was like a kid, and then got all the way up to brown belt, and then left and went to Marcelo's.
Huh,
you know, so yeah, that's cool.
Like between Henzo and Marcelo, that's like a competition to like who's the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then like their students, some of their students are the biggest dicks in jiu-jitsu.
It's so weird.
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, yeah, and Marcelo bounced Dylan out of there.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, it's one of those
It's
things
fair,
where it's like
yeah.
you're repping.
I didn't read that whole story. What was the reason for him bouncing him?
Well, he didn't give a reason. He just said, told Dylan to take some time away from the gym.
That's
And,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's suspended indefinitely or whatever because it's like, well, he's acting like a jackass on social media, and Marcelo's
That's the
like,
thing.
that's not jujitsu to me. Like
and that's not what
representing my
Marcelo's
school.
about. Yeah.
For sure, that's not what he's about. I mean, it's strange that, but Dylan's hanging out with like Conor McGregor, and he probably thinks that's really cool. How old is Dylan Dance? He's your age? Is he around your age?
He's probably a little bit younger.
Is he younger than you?
Yeah. The thing is, like,
He's probably like 23, 24.
you gotta be able to back it up. Like when McGregor came into the UFC talking shit, he was already a 2-weight world champ in Cage Warriors. You know, and then he started getting some W's, and the more wins he got, the more shit he started talking, and the more money he started. And Dylan has like a 500 record, doesn't he?
I don't know.
He's
I
like
mean,
12 and 14 or something.
But the thing is, too, like, I mean, he's talking shit for jiu-jitsu, which is like
Who cares?
so well,
Yeah.
and like it's not like it's gonna get you these huge
Prize
dollar
fights.
fights.
Yeah,
You know, like
exactly.
McGregor's talking some crap. It gets him more
Floyd
viewers,
Mayweather.
more pay-per-views and
Right.
stuff, and
Lies,
like
right.
his life gets a lot better from doing that, and he makes a lot more money off of doing
Right.
that. Whereas
Exactly.
like jiu-jitsu prize money, like
You just come off as an
it's
asshole.
like yeah,
Right. You're the asshole in jiu-jitsu.
and then everyone's happy if you're the guy that
that loses.
gets
if
submitted.
you're like AJ,
Right. Exactly.
Dude, everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I could like he just signed with Bellator, so I could see like, okay, I'm going to start.
Dylan
talking.
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to see like I'm going to start talking some smack to maybe get a pay. The contract's already been signed. You have a 0-0 record in MMA. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of awkward to watch it.
I just saw Gary Tonin going against Aoki in one championship. Do you see that on Instagram?
MMA. It's an MMA
Yeah,
fight.
one championship isn't MMA.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's
One
a-
so it's Gary Tonin versus Aoki.
I didn't catch it.
I saw it just today, actually, on Instagram.
Wow.
The suspense is killing me. Are you gonna let us know what happened?
I'm just saying. I saw it on Instagram.
It's probably
I'll
like
pull
a
it up.
fight in the making, or
I don't know if it was trolling, but
because
You saw a flyer for it.
Yeah, I
not
saw a
actual
flyer.
footage. Okay.
No, I saw a flyer for it. Like this
Okay.
is going to be happening. Let me see the date. I don't know where I saw it at. I don't know whose feed it was on, but
nice. Yeah, that'll be cool. I think their game will actually transition to MMA pretty well
Yeah.
with all the heel hooks and stuff.
Yeah. That I could definitely see that too.
okay. So Dynasty of Heroes, May 26th, 7 p.m., Singapore Stadium.
So is that his first?
no, it's a
MMA?
grappling super match.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Lame.
one.
No.
There it is. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so it's not. It's one championship, but it's a grappling. So that's
Okay.
That's it.
So they're one is getting into jiu-jitsu now.
It's good. I mean, can you imagine if the UFC
cool.
just said, well, they have obviously EBI,
EBI.
but what if UFC decided to do a whole thing on just grappling? Fuck. It'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I'm not going to share it with everyone right now, but
Oh shit.
yeah, I'm thinking about this other business I'm thinking about getting into. So I'll tell you about it after the podcast, but I think it's a good idea and it's not been done yet.
Okay.
But I think I can get on like the foreground of it. Because I mean, maybe because I'm really close to jiu-jitsu, I just think jiu-jitsu a lot. And I'm like, wait, does this exist? And it doesn't. I'm like, that should exist.
Oh,
That's
what a
something-
nasty teaser for the
I
listeners.
know, right? I think it should exist. And I was actually talking to Bruno about it. And Bruno's like, I don't know if that's a great idea. I'm like, you're young. You don't know what I'm talking about. But this is a good idea. I think he doesn't want any extra work. He's probably like, you're gonna make me do some shit.
Smart
now.
man,
yeah,
Bruno.
right. Like, well, Bruno, you got some more time, right? Editing the podcast, doing the websites. Yeah, you got more time, right?
Right.
That's too funny.
But I'll tell you after the podcast and get your thoughts, both of you.
Okay.
So you can kind of say,
Sounds
yeah,
good.
So who got fight of the night last night?
I don't know. Fight of the night.
I think it might have been. Was it? I think it was TK and Antonio or.
Oh, really?
Antoine?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did that go
I
to-
think that might have been. That went to decision.
It went to decision,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But the fastest submission was that Tony. Was it Woodruff or something like that? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, what he hit.
It was a quick submission. I was
That was
actually going to
nice.
get a pretzel, and I was like, "Fuck, the fight's over."
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Then I heard him say, "Fastest submission of the night." I'm like, "Fuck, missed
Yeah.
that one." Oh. And then what happened to the screen? The screen broke during like Andre's
Yeah.
match. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
Yeah, because I remember looking. Well, that's how everyone judged the time. too,
Yeah.
you know. So like, I was looking back to check how much time was left.
You don't know.
All the corner guys were checking the time, and yeah, I don't know.
And then it came back on after the match, and they must have fixed it.
Yeah,
Weird.
Yeah,
But I
that
wish
was
they
weird.
would have had the time somewhere else other than that screen because it's kind of like it was blocking.
And
a
it was
little bit.
like very low to
Low.
the ground, so you can.
Or have it in all four corners of the screen. I'm sure
That
it's
would've been
possible.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just way everyone can like, no matter where you are sitting, you can kind of see it.
Right.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, the smoke could live without that.
I'm totally okay with the amount of fog that was going on in there.
You were okay with it?
The fog level seemed just fine to me.
I thought it was a little much.
I thought it was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was a point where it was.
I'm a fog expert, dude.
Okay.
There's a point when what? Brick?
Oh no, there was a point where it did get like it was like they ran it for too long.
Yeah.
And it was just. It was
Yeah.
thick. It was very thick.
Yeah.
But like I think outside of that, they kind of only ran it for the walkouts.
That's all I did,
I
right.
think what it was, it might have been someone's walkout, and they waited for their music to like build for so long.
Right. And you got to keep the fog going till the guy
Yes.
walks through it.
Yes, exactly. It was.
I
you know who it
understand.
was? It was the guy. The guy with 5 stripes.
Cristiano. Yeah, he took a long time to get out.
He took forever to get out.
You got-
What was
and
he
I was
doing
like,
back there?
You take your
I was
time.
like, dude, this is the longest intro ever. I was reffing that one.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
come on, man. And the fog was just going the whole time.
Yeah. You got to do it though, because some songs like that.
They need the build up.
That that peak of that song doesn't hit till 30 seconds, 40 seconds in. You got to have that build up.
Yeah.
And Paul
Because
picked out his song last night.
there's nothing worse than like having them like just a badass song and they're about to get into it and then
That's
cuts
it.
off.
Yeah,
Next
that's
fighter's
it. That's
walking
what
out.
I'm
You're
doing.
like, son of a bitch.
So Paul, tell him your walkout song.
Dude, I want the Red Hot Chili Peppers
Yeah.
song that Christina came out to.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna. Yes, I'm ripping it off.
Yes, you are.
But I've also seen them like 10 times in concert. So big fan.
Nice.
You know,
Chili Peppers.
that's my
Brick,
jam.
what's your
Can't stop.
walkout?
So I did the Bulls intro for the last one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The just like their
Right. The da 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 da. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That's good. That's
What
good.
would you go with, Zito?
I don't know. I gotta really think about that. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't say off the cuff. I'd have to think
M83.
about it. Maybe no, that's snowboarding, man. I can't do that. I'll get way too chill for that. Yeah, I need a little something more, a little more hyped up. You know, I just bought some headphones, so I can listen to some music before comp.
Yeah, what do you listen to when you warm up?
Kings of Leon usually.
Really?
Really?
That gets you hyped?
It gets me a little bit hyped. Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to Kings of Leon too, and Dave Matthews Band before I compete.
Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It just chills me out.
Okay.
You know, just gets me into that
Get some
like
Coldplay going before you
Got some Coldplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kings of Leon. They've got some good stuff. You know.
Fuck yeah,
Kaio's walkout song last night.
What was it?
I think it was You Get What You Give. I think it's the New Radicals who
Yeah.
sings it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind of
right.
like
You asked me
We Shazammed it. I was like, what?
It was goofy.
I was like,
Yeah. I'm like, I know
at
the
first
song.
I thought it was Coldplay. I was like, is Kyle really walking out to Coldplay?
No, it was
Yeah.
New Radicals.
Hey,
You're
it was
right.
New
Hey,
Radicals.
Paul's like Shazam this. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
Kyle could definitely walk out to Coldplay. And I'm also not ashamed to say I've been to 2 Coldplay shows, and they're fucking awesome live.
I don't disagree. Coldplay's an awesome band. Yeah. But I don't know about walking out to them.
Yeah.
No, never, man. Like,
You got to be a true G to do that, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. But, you know. So, like,
whatever gets you hyped, right?
Yeah, exactly.
so getting back to your future fights, who's like your, like, do you like, is at your level, I mean, you got to have like someone like, man, you know, I like to fight that guy, you know, because you know everyone in the industry or in the game. Is there anyone like in particular, like, not saying you have to call them out in this era, but I'm just saying, you know, there's got to be someone out there like, it'd be interesting. I wonder if I can take that guy.
I would actually really like to train or compete against Michael Lange. He's like one of those guys who's been just at the top of the lightweight division forever. Mm-hmm. And I just haven't ever gotten a chance to train with him or compete against him or anything like that. So he's definitely one of those guys.
Where's he out of?
Alliance.
Oh, he's out of Alliance?
Yeah.
Alliance?
He was like Cobrinha's kind of protege. He won like 4 years, something like that.
Wow.
He's like 4-time world champ, yeah. Him, Lucas Lepre is also just an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but probably those two guys, or probably Michael Lange.
Yeah.
What do you compete at? What's your weight?
Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Lightweight,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
lightweight.
lightweight.
I still don't know what lightweight is. What's that? 160? What is
It's
that?
168.5
With the gi.
With the gi.
Yeah, so like 163, 165.
Okay, so
somewhere around there.
160s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't figured out all the light because it's different than the UFC lightweight.
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They need a universal. Like, wait, it's kind of weird.
yeah, it's funky.
Well, it's weird with the gi. I mean, like, you have to.
Well, and you have to weigh in with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then subtract it, and like you have these lightweight gis,
Yeah.
I just heavier gis,
lightweight
and-
belts.
Lightweight
Yeah.
belt. I just got my War Tribe hydrogen gi.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. Like I was kind of like, this summer is gonna be fucking hot this summer with this fucking, you know, because I have, you know, just my regular gis they're kind of heavy, but
Is it-
this lightweight one,
Is it made of ripstop or what? Is the top kind of ripstop or funky or
no,
it's regular tweed or whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah?
but the
Stitching.
pants are I don't think the pants are ripstop. They might be
yeah.
like
because
cotton or
I remember
something.
when those lightweight gis first came out, they were like canvas gis. Like it was a ripstop top.
Uh-huh.
It had like a normal gi collar,
Right.
But then it was like that crosshatch
Yeah.
ripstop all over the gi, and like dudes would cross face you with it, and it would just
Scratch
cut
you
your
up,
face. Like it was awful.
And did it work? Did they tear or no?
No, not really.
No?
But they were just like so sharp.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
this
know.
is soft. This is
Yeah,
super
that's
soft.
cool.
It's really,
Yeah.
really nice.
It is light. And it's like
so nice. I was like, fuck. I just bought another one. I just bought a very hard to submit black gi, and now I'm like, man, I should buy the white one.
You're getting deep into the gi game.
yeah, I did.
I
Seriously.
know, man. I got problems.
Well, Joey Z has like 30 gis, and and he basically rolls no gi mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wears the pants.
Is he all on the show your roll train?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. He's on Lucky.
Lucky. Yeah.
Lucky
Okay.
Lucky brand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys get super into
It is addicting.
It is. But you know what?
You just
have
gotta
to, I've returned gis
show
already,
some restraint
just because
every once in a while.
some of them just don't fit you right, you know?
Yeah.
So I've had to return a few gis.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a gi in like probably 6 or 7 years.
Really?
Are you sponsored?
Yeah.
Hell
By
yeah.
Scramble. So Scramble
Nice.
sent me some stuff.
Nice.
That's cool.
Which is nice. And then, I mean, like I'll wear Redzovic gis to
Yeah.
teach and stuff, and those guys just give me.
You get your
stuff.
gis custom fit like your suits?
No,
No.
I wish. That's the next step.
Okay,
right? That's
yeah,
next
that's
level.
next level.
Yeah, that's next level.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I like I'm too big for an A1,
Right.
but I'm too skinny for an A2. So there's
A2L.
there's those like half breed things, but only certain companies offer
Only
that.
certain ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Wartribe makes a gi that's actually like that's like their premium gi, but they don't make it in A0. And it's kind of like, damn, I would buy that, but you don't make it in A0. But the top is like gray and the pants are black. It's kind of like
Those are weird when you wear them to some gyms.
they are weird, but they do look good.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Andre Gaval looked good in it. I was like, he looks pretty gangster.
Yeah.
But now he's sponsored by, how do you pronounce that name? Made.
I don't know.
MEAD.
I don't know.
I'm not really
Those
sure.
guys change sponsorships so much.
Whoever's got the best deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, War Tribe now has got Kyle Terra, and they have Mackenzie Dern, who's right now on a boat, Grappler's Escape. Do you see that?
Yeah. Is that like a cruise for?
It's a cruise for jiu-jitsu. So they're basically you go on this cruise ship with Buchecha and Mackenzie Dern, and there's some other black belts.
so it's
on there.
like seminars all day,
basically, and then
like-
you're like on a cruise ship with them.
Yeah. And then
I'm
like-
sure you're not hanging out with them.
Right.
100% not hanging out with them, but you could be on the same ship as they are. Cool. Grappler's
Yeah.
Escape, man.
Interesting.
I guess.
I
I
mean,
mean,
not
that,
for me.
That costs a lot of money.
yeah.
I'm guessing. Like, I don't know if I would spend $2,000 or $1,000
Right.
or whatever it takes to go on a cruise ship.
I had a buddy who went on a 311 cruise. You know the band 311?
Yes.
Yeah, like they just like went on a. It's the 311 cruise. It's like an annual thing.
Is it really?
Fuck yeah! There's like, I don't know how many people the ship holds, 3,000 or whatever.
Right.
And it's just like 311 will play like a show every night on the cruise, and then they'll have like other small like bands,
Right,
playing
right.
it, and then you're just like getting fucked up and drinking and chilling by the pool the whole time.
That's okay.
And like
Yeah.
the band is there and they're like walking around and talking to fans and stuff like that. I'm like, holy shit. Okay. So they do one for jiu-jitsu now.
Yeah,
Huh?
Grappler's Escape. Yeah, I mean, she's been advertising it because I follow Mackenzie Dern and like everyone else does. So she's been advertising it for like a long. Like I feel like I thought it happened already because that's how long it's been advertising for. Like fucking like 8 months now. I've been hearing about this, and now I just noticed on Instagram like they're on the cruise now.
They're on
I'm
the
like-
ship.
I'm like, wow, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
People, it's interesting about Mackenzie Dern is that I saw a video about her like accent changing. Did you see this video, Paul?
No,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I heard someone describing it to me and it was really funny.
Yeah, so because she's from Arizona, I guess, right? She's American, but her Portuguese is, I guess, really good. So she obviously studies Portuguese. So now when she talks regular without speaking in Portuguese, she has this really like Brazilian thick accent. And someone did a whole video on it, like
Like the progression.
progression.
the progression, like from 2009, 10,
Oh, that's
11,
Like
12.
as she got
hilarious.
deeper into
And
jiu-jitsu.
as she progressed, it's now like she speaks like a total Brazilian.
Yeah.
Like
That's funny.
Like she can't
That's funny.
pronounce certain words. It's like it's bizarre. Right. It's a little bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. I still think she's great, but it's a little bizarre. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like looked at
man.
that. I'm like, that's
I'll tell you what though, when you hang out with Brazilians too much, you do start to like kind of
get there.
you talk a little slower, clearer, you know,
yeah.
like, and that carries over when you talk with non-Brazilian people. You know,
I
it's
guess.
kind of funny.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
sure.
I mean, Paul,
Yeah.
you said when you go to Ireland,
I go to Ireland for 2 weeks, and well, first of all, my parents are off the boat, Irish, mom's from a family of 11, dad's from a family of 10. I've got 500 cousins and a bunch of aunts and uncles, all like off the boat, you know? So my whole family has a fucking brogue,
Right.
you know? So I kind of was brought up with that anyway. And and then when I go back and then come over here, like I got a little dusting of a twang going on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can sympathize with what she's going through a little bit, or you think
I
she's
feel you,
just-
Mackenzie. Yeah, no, I would never totally like completely change how I speak over it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For more street cred.
Right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Are you going to put
funny.
that video in the show notes?
what's over? It was on Facebook.
on
I'd have to-
YouTube,
I-
right?
It's on
You
YouTube.
should put that in there.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
I want to watch
Okay.
it.
I'll throw it up on the show notes so people can check it out. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, Brick, what days do you teach in the Loop?
So I'm teaching Monday nights, Tuesday nights, and Saturdays.
Okay. And is that being cut back because of the new gig?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just got a new job.
So you were teaching every day?
Most days, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was in, to give you guys a little background. So moved up to Chicago, got into school at UIC, was studying kinesiology and kind of like physical therapy, went with jiu-jitsu, never went to class, just trained.
Nice.
I finished up, I did 6 months of kind of bucket list jiu-jitsu at the black belt level.
Right.
Went to like AOJ for a month, trained before the Pan Ams. That's when I did that New York trip with Matt to like New York, Boston.
Right.
And then after that, I did a week-long camp in Las Vegas at Drysdale's with like Kavaka and Kit Dale and this guy named Hafinia. And then went out to the Worlds and competed.
Yeah.
Got back and kind of had a friend who was working at the Board of Trade, started to get into finance and trading a little bit, just because like to have like a career in jiu-jitsu can be difficult, right? And jiu-jitsu's a pretty new sport in the U.S., you know, and we don't really know how like longevity as an instructor is going to be, you know. So I kind of started to get into finance a little bit. Ended up getting a job as a trader. So I traded futures and options at the Chicago Board of Trade. Did that for about a year. Got into grad school. While I was in grad school, went out. I did like no-gi pans. Took third, which was a pretty good tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Not too bad.
Yeah, so it was a good tournament. And then finished up grad school in December for finance. And started up this new job doing kind of options trading research.
Right.
And so I had to dial back. But when I was in school, I was, paying my rent with jiu-jitsu, you know? So
Fucking
teaching
awesome.
4 or 5 days a week, training, going to class, kind of back to the jiu-jitsu lifestyle a little bit, you know?
Right.
And then, I had to dial it back a little bit. But my schedule is actually really good for work. So it's like 6:30 to 3:30 every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to
That's good,
I get to
yeah.
train at night,
Yeah.
you know, get a little workout in, and then train after it. So
Yeah.
it's good stuff. I'm gonna be ramping it up shortly, you know.
Okay.
But
Once you get settled in at the new gig and stuff.
first.
I hear you.
Yeah. To spend my first month at the new job, grinding out comp trainings,
Yeah.
and then showing up in the morning, like,
Walking in like
a
Edward
zombie.
Norton from Fight Club.
Exactly.
yeah, I was like, I can't do the fight to win,
Right.
But still wanted to be a part of it. So
Yeah.
showed up
So,
to ref,
I mean, do you know if they're going to be, what? We had Fight to Win last night. It was here 6 months ago.
I think October is the next time they're planning.
So are they going to come twice a year? No,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's what their plan
awesome.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've got to
Should be
wait.
fun.
I put my name in, but at the time I
Did
didn't
you?
realize that you can't be a blue belt. and
Oh,
compete in
man.
it. But whatever. I don't care.
So you're
He's got
doing the
my
next
name.
one, Brick?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
That'll be fun. And then this summer I might look to maybe go to like Vegas Open or New York Open or something along those
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah.
Do the Chicago Open and then
Did you do the Chicago Open this year?
no.
Oh, you
no. So Been a little bit. Yeah.
I wonder what the best open is to do as far as like
Turnout or quality of guys.
turnout. Yeah. What would the turnout be? Like,
I mean, so as far as like number of competitors, the Chicago Open hits capacity almost every time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous because it's the only tournament in the Midwest that the IBJJF runs. So it hits capacity.
Yeah.
Like, I think it hit 3 weeks before the actual
It did.
tournament.
Yeah, it
Or
was
before the cutoff registration.
Before the cutoff registration, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because before, like, you used to just register like the week before and you're in.
Right.
You know what I mean? For like Pan Ams and Worlds and pretty much everything. You know, now it's like, all right, if you're doing it, just sign up. You know, don't wait. Don't wait to put your name
You think
down.
it's just jiu-jitsu is becoming more and more popular, and there's so many more people doing it, and as opposed to like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah,
you know, where
yeah.
it's
I
like,
mean, definitely.
You know, I think it's a growing sport. You know,
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think I'm close to it, but yet I still see. Look at how many new students come into the gym all the time. You know,
Yeah.
there are always new
and
new
gyms
students.
popping up left and
Gyms
right.
popping
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's growing, and it's probably not as growing as fast as UFC, but that's helping.
But it's growing
Yeah.
alongside with the population. Too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
And now too, you're starting to have like a couple waves of like American guys getting their black belts and opening their own schools. It's starting to
Right.
to spread more. You know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah.
before it was like, especially when I first started, like in 2005, I think the only black belt in Illinois was Carlson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there were just no black belts.
very true.
You know?
Yeah.
And now, like as time goes, it spreads, and their students have students, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I mean that's just the numbers game, So the more and
Yeah.
more, I mean that's something I do appreciate about jiu-jitsu is how long it takes to get that black belt.
Yeah.
Now for you, obviously you're 26, you have a black belt first degree, you got it at 20, but you're not. You're the exception. It's not the that's not normal.
Yeah, no,
Right? No,
no.
Yeah, that's definitely not normal.
Yeah,
That's amazing, but yeah,
it's on the competitor fast track, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, no, I really didn't want my black belt.
really,
Yeah, no. So I
that's how you know you deserve
had
it.
my brown belt
Yeah.
for about a year or so, and I only had like one stripe on my brown belt. And my professor was like, it was like a Christmas party in Springfield or whatever, and I was down there hanging out, and then he's like, "Oh, Brick, like black belt." I was like, "No, I'm not ready for this." Like
Yeah.
I don't want to fight these guys yet. I definitely wanted a little bit more time.
You wanted to win everything at Brown and then go up.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least like medal at some stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's kind of like the way I did the other belts, you
Yeah.
know. So
So did he explain why he thought you deserved a black belt at the time?
not really.
No.
Were you
no,
just
like-
beating everyone up in the gym?
I mean, in the gym was competitive, but I mean, maybe a little bit, but like, yeah, I don't know. He was just like, "You ready?" Like it's time. And I was like,
yeah.
"All right, I don't like this, but all right," you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I was like kind of worried about competing, and I was like, well, I guess I could maybe take a break and just train real hard, or I could get some experience competing at black belt before.
Right.
Just jump right into
Yeah,
it. Right?
exactly. And then I pretty much spent like 7 or 8 months just getting my butt kicked. You know,
Okay.
I fought like Zach Maxwell, JT Torres, Samir Chantry, like just ran the gamut and kind of got beat up.
Right.
I mean, not like bad. Like some
Right.
of them were like I lost on points or whatever.
Yeah.
But just the learning curve was interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That next
I
level.
mean, yeah, it is a big step. It is a big step moving up to black. Just because you have guys who've been doing it for like who just got their black belt like me, or you have guys who were black belt for double the amount of time you've been training.
Right,
You know?
right.
It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
is interesting. I mean,
yeah.
that brown belt, that 4-stripe brown, or there's some people that have the brown belt for 8 years.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could be competing.
And then there's that, yeah.
Yeah.
could be competing in the IBJJF, go up against a guy who's 4-stripe purple or whatever, who's like basically a brown belt.
Right.
And then you could go up against someone who just got their purple.
Right.
Who's basically a blue belt. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
I think the biggest discrepancy as far as that goes is definitely a blue belt, right? Because you have the guy who just got their white belt, or who just moved up from white belt,
to blue.
And then you have the guy who's
4-stripe.
basically a purple belt.
Almost purple.
Yeah. And I feel like that gap is so big in blue.
Yeah.
Purple, it's like closer. Brown, like a good purple belt and a brown belt who's almost a black belt, it's about the same. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
But at blue, that's like a big
Yeah.
skill jump.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I've just got my blue belt. So how long has it
What,
been?
5
October.
months?
I got it. I got my blue belt in October. So
Same with me. I got my purple in October.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, we're a couple of days apart.
One day, less than 24 hours.
Less than 24
Yeah.
hours. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I couldn't be the same rank as you for any longer than an actual day.
Thanks,
That's
Paul.
awesome.
All right, you want to go train right now, man?
Yeah, are you training?
I'm fucking training. If Brick's training,
So Two Toes got
Let's
an
do it.
Open mat till what time?
9:00. So we got, just like you said.
It's 8:20.
Look at Brick's already stretching out, man.
Stretching.
He's
I
fucking
ate a burrito
stretching.
before this.
Did you?
Yeah. I went
From
to
where?
Carbone.
Oh, Carbone.
Yeah.
Where's that
It's
at?
good stuff. There's one actually over on like Chicago and Ashland, actually over by Andre's place.
Really?
Yeah.
Carbone,
And then there's
huh?
one in like Bridgeport.
Okay.
Yeah.
People love when we talk food on here, like locally.
Yeah.
I've had people come up to me and be like,
You eat
oh
there.
yeah, you eat there, blah
Yeah.
blah. That pizza sucks or whatever.
You know who told me about this place? It was actually Nick Sim a long time ago. So like I used to live over on Taylor Street by UIC.
Yeah.
And Nick lived a block away from me. So he would drive me up to New Breed to go to like some seminars and train and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we were talking food one day and he gave me like a list of stuff that I needed to try. And Carbone was on there. It is amazing.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
good
check
burritos.
that out.
I mean, just hit it up after you guys train.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you train at Andre's, just pop down the street.
Thanks for
So-
the tip.
Yeah.
Rick.
Where can people find
Thank
you?
Nick Sim.
I will.
Okay,
Sim.
we'll
Yeah.
do.
Where can people find you? Social media wise.
I'm on Twitter at Brick_Welch.
How you spell your last name?
WELCH. Yeah.
Just like how it's pronounced.
Instagram, same thing. Facebook too. Yeah.
Cool.
You haven't reached your max on Facebook yet?
No,
Okay.
no, I haven't.
James Klingerman has, because I tried to hit him up and it's like, no.
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
Baller.
Yeah,
That's baller status.
baller status.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, all right, well, let's go do some training.
Let's do it.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Brick.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks,
Brick.
guys.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Grappler Union. Siri, how can our listeners find out more info?
For more information about Grappler Union, you can visit them on the web at grapplerunion.com or follow them on Instagram and on Twitter at Grappler Union. Like them on Facebook at facebook.com/Grappler Union. Also be sure to subscribe on iTunes. All episodes are available on the Grappler Union YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Anthony, I really enjoyed the podcast. Can't wait to hear the next one.
Thanks, Siri.